here, and I have made one. I've picked this one back up. I don't remember when the last time I really picked it up, probably about a month. And I've read about a chapter and a half tonight. I'm going to try to read a little bit more here, because I kind of want to finish the chapter I'm on. The problem is finding the end of the chapter, for one. Would this be easier with my glasses on? Maybe. Okay, so here's the end of the chapter. And I'm like, this is the full length of the chapter, this chunk of paper here. It goes from 163 to 204. It's like a very chunky chapter. But I'm enjoying it. Thoughts are going to be obviously in the Mortal Instruments vlog I'm working on, but that won't go up until I finish the entire series. It's probably going to be a while, admittedly. And then I picked back up Rosaline Palmer Takes the Cake. And I wanted to finish it today, but like it was exhausting me. Like I am exhausted reading Rosaline's relationship with, is his name pronounced Alan? I don't really know. I'm like so exhausted with their relationship. Like I'm so done with it at this point. Like girl, I can't handle it. I did make it through to like week 7 though, so I'm like 71%, but I still have 100 pages left. I'm like, I don't, at this point, I don't know how much more I can deal with him, because he's really pissing me off. And in general, he's just an asshole. Plain and simple. Like, all the time. And he seems possessive and controlling. Like, what is your problem with her talking to other people? And he just seems like a downer. Like, I don't know, he seems very, I don't know, I just, like, can't vibe with him. And my biggest issue is that he seems to have a bigger sense of self-importance about himself. Like, he thinks, oh my god, like, he's top shit or something. And I just don't get what he doesn't seem very compassionate. And that, like, Rosaline's a single mom, and he's just going, are you going to come over on Thursday? Every week? Like, she's already leaving her child. Her child's like 8 years old. Every week for the competition, which is short term, yes. But that doesn't mean it's not hard on her kid, especially because she's a single mom. And it's really not revealed how often her daughter sees her dad. Like, you get they mention, like, he's, I guess, kind of around. But also, it doesn't seem like he's really around. Because, like, it's never, like, so far, we're on week 7, and it's never, like, a weekend where they're like, oh, she's going to be with her dad this weekend. It's always she's with Rosaline's friend Lauren, who used to be her ex-girlfriend, or she's with her grandparents. There's never anything else. And there's even moments where her kid's like, I'm tired of seeing Auntie Lauren. And it's probably because she wants to spend time with her mom, and her mom's gone every weekend, and now Alan just wants her to take off an extra day, like she doesn't have a job or anything, and a kid to take care of for a booty call. Like, I can't with him. He's really pissing me off. Like, he doesn't seem to understand that Rosaline's a single mom, and like, you gotta line up childcare if you're gonna be leaving, you know? Like, she can't leave her 8-year-old by herself. It's not like she's 16 and like, hey, I'm going out for the night. Like, she's 8. So he's really irritating me, and I don't know how much more I can deal with him, which is why I really just, like, I can't read any more of it today. I can't deal with Alan anymore today. I don't want to deal with him at all. Like, just ditch him. You don't even seem to be enjoying the sex anymore, girl, at this point. Ditch him. Just go with Henry. He's so nice. Henry's so nice. Henry seems so much more understanding. And, like, I just wonder, I was, like, all for Alan in the beginning when they first met, because, like, that was the first guy she met, so, like, oh, this is gonna be the love interest. But he's really pissing me off now, and just, like, I didn't like Henry at first, and now I'm rooting for her to get with Henry. So, that's where we are this week. I'm gonna try to read a little bit more of City of Bones, and then, yeah, I gotta work. So, I'll be heading to bed then. Is the scissors exciting you tonight? That is very weird, Shelby. You want them? I got the scissors out and you got excited. Then when I sat down, you had to come snip them. Alright, let's start with what I read first. First, on Monday, I didn't read. It's Tuesday. I didn't read. It's getting worse at work with not having AC because now we're starting to reach into the 90s and we still have no AC and we have these stupid fans that's like, hey, do you like hot air being blown on you? No, not really. I don't really enjoy hot air. Thank you so much. Oh, you got excited. I'm opening some book mail. Oh no, honey, this is just paper. It's not packing stuff that scares you. It's not bubble wrap. It's just paper. You like paper. It really packed this box, but that's okay. We're okay with that. Oh, this is a hardcover. They did not tell me that was hardcover. I don't think. I don't even know what I was buying at this point. I think I just went quick. Because I saw stuff on Pango, which is linked in the description box. But, I'm really bad at, what's the word? Okay, I guess it does say hardcover. I'm just an idiot, can't read it. That's fine. And I mean to, when I sell my stuff on Pango, I don't mean to, take the money and, spend it on books. On Pango, I should say. I'm I should put that towards other things. I don't know. I should transfer it to my bank account, though. And then I can, spend it on books from anywhere. But instead, I never moved it out of my Pango. And I sold a book, and I was like, you know what? And I found this series of books I wanted on there, all from the same seller. Pretty cheap. And I was like, you know what? If you just keep them all there, keep all the money there, and if I just sold, one more book, I'd have enough, money to buy them without factoring in shipping. And what do you know? I sold another book, and we ended up I just had to pay $5 for shipping. But what I went and got, this one is first, right? I have to look at the technical order of these books. I've just seen them everywhere before, and I was like, you know what? I really like these covers. These covers are gorgeous. So, we got Serpent and Dove, Blood and Honey, which is probably my least favorite out of these covers, but still gorgeous. And then Gods and Monsters. And this one is physical, but you know what? The font is fairly decent in here. I could make do without my glasses. So, I think it's a toss-up between which one of these covers I like more. I'm not quite sure which one I like more. I'm kind of leaning toward this one, but I'm really partial to the color of black. Considering I wear it every day of my life. It's my work uniform to wear all black all the time. Now, the problem is I don't know where I'm going to put these books. And my solution for when I've just been getting new books is stacking them right there on my coffee table on the end. So it's the past 3 book of the months and a book I got on Amazon. That's been my solution so far. And it's not really a solution. Well, what are we going to do? Have fun climbing on those, Shelby. Because that's all I have right now. Because I need to read the books that are on my shelf so that the ones I know I'm never going to pick up again can just be listed.
but we're still reading this one, and this isn't something I'm going to get rid of. This goes on my special Cassandra Clare shelf, because all it has is Cassandra Clare's books on it. But there are other books up there that I've been meaning to read, and I'm like, I'll probably read this and never read it again, so we can list it for sale. And what have I yet to do? Read the damn book. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. I think someone needs to make a potty trip before bed, and then we might read Rosaline Palmer, because I guess I shouldn't say I didn't read today at all. I read a chapter earlier today at like 4 a.m. because I woke up and couldn't go back to sleep for a while, so I read a chapter, and it was like 40-some pages long, I swear to God. And you know what? Everything I complained about on Sunday about not wanting to read it, everything's been resolved in that one chapter. All my problems have been resolved for the most part. I still think there's going to be a little bit of conflict, but for the most part, the majority of my problem has been solved. So I can continue reading now. Crisis averted. Alright. Are you ready to go outside?
Very tired, but we do have AC at work again. So, better on that front. I finished straight on until morning because I didn't end up working yesterday afternoon because our AC was still broke, and it hit 102 degrees inside of our building on Tuesday afternoon. It was fantastic. We had so much fun with that, so that we closed yesterday afternoon on Wednesday because we decided not to sit in that again. Alright, you can come out of the blanket. That's fine, Eleanor. Go lay down in your spot. And we closed, so I did sprints, and I finished straight on till morning while I did the cleaning that I usually do tonight, Thursday night. It went well, and then I gave that 4 stars. It's not my favorite retelling in the Twisted Tale series, but it's up there. It's up there. I really did enjoy it. And one of the book clubs I'm in, Bookish Reality, the next theme for their Once Upon a Readathon type readathon thing they do is I think it's every other month. They pick a new fairy tale to read a retelling on, and the next one is Peter Pan. And a lot of times the Twisted Tale gets nominated for those spots, but I don't know. It's really going to depend on what gets picked if I do. I don't really read a lot of Peter Pan retellings. Peter Pan has never been one of my favorite Disney stories. I have wanted to read the original though, but it's not just one of my favorites. I was never yeah, I want to watch this repeatedly, And then I read most of Rosaline Palmer Takes the Cake. I finished all but 20 pages last night. I was going to read until I finished the book. And then I fell asleep with 20 pages left. And I'm just going to say, the first 100 pages, I was on board with the relationship. I was yes, this is okay. I'm okay with what's happening. This is great. Pages 200 to 299, absolutely started despising the character to the point where I was going to DNF. And I don't DNF. I'll suffer through a book no matter how much I hate it. But I couldn't stand him so much. And I've ranted about it already. But I couldn't stand him. She stays with him. I put the book down. I was I don't know if I can continue this. I really don't. Because I can't stand her being with him. And I put it down. And I did pick it back up. And it's oh, you know what? If I would have just stuck it out another 40 pages, because the next chapter was 40 pages long, of course, all of my problems, I guess I shouldn't say 40 pages, it wasn't, I guess, exactly 200 to 299, it was past page 200, but then the last, it was the last 20 pages, maybe from 280 to 320, all of my problems were resolved. He was no longer an issue. I mean, he's an issue. I felt though, I thought there was going to be more drama than what there was. There really wasn't that much drama. And we got to semifinals week, and that's where there there was like I was expecting more drama during it, but what it was is I'm like, this is the worst challenge I've ever heard in a baking competition, and it was you had to make pineapple themed desserts. And yeah, you know what? That sounds fine. Like, pina colada, like pineapple upside down cake, all that sounds amazing, right? To most people. I think it'd be the worst challenge ever. Do you think I'd like get a pass if I was on this baking show and that was the challenge? Because I'm allergic to pineapple. Like, and I didn't know that until I was 21. That I was allergic to pineapple. And that's a whole story on how I found out I was allergic to pineapple, and it involves that my mom never fed us pineapple when I was growing up. My cousin was having a birthday for his kids, and I was like, oh, I'll bring a fruit tray for it. And I was cutting up pineapple, and I thought it was normal for your hands to start burning and itching and like turn red. I thought it was like, it's like the acidic juice from the pineapple. Mind you, my hands are swelling, and I just like didn't put it all together. And then I proceeded to eat it and started to profusely get sick while also, having burning and irritation and swelling. It ended up in an ER trip. It was fine. Everything's fine. So, long story short, that's how I found out I'm allergic to pineapple. Never had it before I was 21, and we'll never have it again. Ironically, yeah, that's the same reason I found out I was allergic to penicillin. Had it, didn't go well. It did happen. And I really shouldn't be surprised that I'm allergic to pineapple, considering I have a younger sister who is allergic to strawberries. And, like, if you have food allergies in your family, it's common to have, like, if you have a sibling that has a food allergy, you're more common to also have a food allergy. And I was like, nah, I just never put it together. So, there's that. So I think it'd be the worst challenge. But do you think I'd get out of it? Do you think I'd be, like, a reason to get out of it? Or would, that not even be a challenge? Would they, like, know what everyone's allergic to beforehand? Simple questions. Because I got out of a science experiment once in chem lab in college because they wanted us to separate red and blue dye, and I'm allergic to red dye. So I didn't have to do it. I just got to observe. It was great. I can write down numbers, guys. I theoretically could have done the experiment, but it was more effective. I'm allergic to red dye. I don't want to do it. I don't want to get dye on me. Because it itches. Like, I just get itchy and, like, get hives if I, like, touch red dye or if I consume it. But that's enough. Overall, I'm going to give Rosaline Palmer 4 stars. It was, besides end up hating that middle chunk there, my biggest complaint is that she ends up with a new guy, like a guy I didn't really care for at the beginning, and then like grew to like love through that when I was hating the other guy. She ends up with this guy, and it kind of just like ends. Like you have to like assume they're together, because it does end with like a small smut scene toward the end with them. But then it like jumps forward to, like on the Great British Break Show where they like do that little like recap on how everyone's doing. But it doesn't mention them being together, and it's kind of disappointing. Like, are they together? Is their relationship doing good? We don't get any updates on it, and that's kind of upsetting. That like, I kind of want to watch their relationship develop a little bit more instead of it just like they got together at the end. Do her parents end up liking him in the end? At first they didn't, because he was just an electric man. One, he has a very useful profession. Trust me. I don't know how to work the electricity. That's my brother's becoming an electrical engineer for. He works at an electric company right now. That's his job, not mine. I'd probably electrocute myself. And like, I know her daughter likes it, but like, how do they like mesh? And how does it go with her ex? Because, I mean, technically her daughter still has a dad, right? It's like, he okay? There's just, like, unanswered things that, like, I'm going to be bothered by that don't have an answer. So, overall, I'm only giving it 4 stars. And then we did read a little bit more of this. And by a little bit more, I mean, I've read a few pages. Like, I went from 182 to 192, so a few pages. I've read 10. I'm gonna try to read a little bit more here yet tonight, but I don't know, because I had to say I'm like really, really tired, so I guess we'll see. I might just end up passing out though in the next like 10 minutes, which would be per the usual. Alright, I need to film this one last vlog clip because this vlog is going to go up late because of it. It is now Sunday morning. So on Friday, I read a little bit of City of Bones, not that much. I think it's like 30 pages roughly. And it's going well, you know, I'm enjoying my reread of it. I'm not making very much progress on that so far. I did a lot of laundry and stuff on Friday night. And then Saturday, I did not read much. I did get about 15% into One to Watch. Can't remember who it's by right now, but that's going well. So we're really just starting to get into like the meat of the story. So I don't have much opinion on it yet. But I started that on my way to my mom's house yesterday because we went to the Columbus Zoo and Aquarium. So again, I didn't read much. That's pretty much all. And you can see the rain. It is currently raining. So I'm gonna head over to my mom's house because it's supposed to thunderstorm and Ellie is scared of thunderstorms. Shelby's fine. Shelby will just sleep all day and watch it. But Ellie needs to go be where she can cuddle with another dog. Her and Coco are scared together. It works out well for them. So I'm gonna head over there. Is that a water on my glasses? It is. Okay. So we're gonna head over there. And I'm probably just gonna spend the day reading because that's really all I brought. All I brought was my iPad and a book. And 2 of Ellie's toys that she likes. See you guys next week.